Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a brand new sunscreen. It's by Live Tinted. It's the Huegard 3-in-1 Mineral Sunscreen, Moisturizer, and Primer. Live Tinted, if you're not aware of the brand or the company, it was founded by Deepika. She was a beauty vlogger here on YouTube. And she has this beautiful tan, gorgeous, deep skin. And so I was really excited when I heard that her brand came out with a sunscreen because apparently it does not give a white cast. And I love trying sunscreens. There are so many freaking sunscreens out in the market, and I think it's really interesting. I think people are understanding that wearing sunscreen is really important, not just for, our physical appearance. We get wrinkles and sun damage if we don't protect our skin from the sun, but we could also get things like skin cancer. So I love that there's so many amazing sunscreens that are coming out, but out in the sunscreen market, there's just too many to choose from. And for me, the type of sunscreen that I like, it just really depends on what I'm doing and what kind of look I'm going for. As somebody who wears makeup, 90% of the time, most days I put on makeup, one of the most important things for me is it gonna work with my makeup or the makeup look that I'm going for? Sometimes I want a more matte look, or sometimes I want a more dewy finish. So is it gonna complement that, or is it gonna make things worse? Because sometimes if you've ever had your sunscreen completely ruin your makeup, like it piled up or it didn't sit well, go ahead and thumbs up this video, because know that I feel your pain and I'm gonna help you out here today, okay? So let's just go ahead and get started and learn a little bit about this product. So on the Live Tinted website, Huegard is $32. So I would say this is not at a drugstore price, but it's not the most expensive sunscreen that I've ever tried. I know that there are luxury sunscreens and higher price sunscreens at places like Sephora or Nordstrom that are 60 to 70. So 32 is like reasonable. It's not, the cheapest, but reasonably priced. And it says it's an innovative daily mineral SPF 30 moisturizer and primer that protects skin from harmful UVA and UVB rays and blue light. This non-nano zinc weightless formula blends seamlessly into the skin, giving a natural glow with no white cast for all skin tones and types. I love the idea about having a sunscreen that's for all skin tones and all skin types, because I just feel like people who have brown skin or darker skin, sometimes there's a white cast, or sometimes sunscreens don't fit people's different skin types. So I love the thought behind the idea of this sunscreen. We're gonna try it though, and we're gonna see if it actually works. And it's formulated with 18% zinc oxide. It's clean, vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and reef-safe. And the tube is recyclable. So I love that it's an eco-friendly sunscreen and brand. I will say, like it says it's a moisturizer and primer. Technically, all sunscreens are moisturizers, and all sunscreens are also primers, because sunscreen is the very last step of our skincare routine, right? We wash your face, then you put on your serum, your moisturizer, and then sunscreen's last. So, technically every sunscreen's a primer and every sunscreen's a moisturizer. I feel like that's more like marketing talk, which is why I'm always asking myself when I try sunscreen, like, does it sit well under my makeup? Because it's my primer, it's my moisturizer. So that's what I'll say about that. I do have to say, I also like that it helps protect against blue light. We're on our phones and our laptops. Those of us who work from home, we're getting all the blue light that's coming from all our electronic devices. And that stuff can also age our skin and not be very good for our skin. So I love that this also protects against blue light, because I feel like a lot of sunscreens don't necessarily do that. So that's exciting. I've tried it out for the past week, and so I want to share my thoughts with you. And first things first, I will say I have it on today underneath my makeup, and I don't look like a ghost. So there's definitely no white cast, which I love, because I feel like sometimes sunscreens say that, but then you put it on and there's still a white cast, or maybe it's not a super heavy one, but maybe a more subtle white cast. But a white cast is a white cast, whether it's subtle or not. And I think it looks really, like, I have it underneath my makeup, and my skin tone looks great. I don't look washed out in any way, so that's great. So makeup friendly sunscreen, which is a thumbs up. Another thing that I really liked about this product is the color. Do you see that? It's like a tinted yellow tone. And I think that's, most sunscreens, like they're white, right? And so I love the thought behind having a yellow tone sunscreen. But if you look at this, I'll rub it in here. So if you look at both of my hands here, This one's a lot more dewy. And I would say the finish, it's not a matte sunscreen, but it's not necessarily like the most dewy hydrating sunscreen. I would say when it dries, it's like lightly hydrating. So I would recommend this as like a moisturizer if you have very oily skin or acne prone skin. If you have super dry skin and you need something more moisturizing, either use a moisturizer underneath this product that's heavier, or I'm all about the moisturizer and sunscreen in one. I love this one by Dermalogica. It's called Prisma Protect SPF 30. And this one, here, this is just much heavier and thicker. So if you have dry skin and you need that hydration and you're like me, you want a simple skincare routine, you don't want to put on a moisturizer and a sunscreen afterwards, I absolutely love the Dermalogica one. It is, it also does protect against blue light. It's SPF 30. It is a higher price point. But I think Dermalogica comes out with really great sunscreens that not only protect your skin, but have great ingredients that also help improve your skin as well. So this is an option for you. I have to say, the way that this dries down and finishes, I love that there's no white cast and it's lightly hydrating. So because it's lightly hydrating, I think it's a good sunscreen for like the gym, because you're gonna sweat, so you don't want something super heavy. Or if you're going out to the beach and it's like a super sunny day and you might sweat a lot, you know, if you're sweating a lot, you don't want to put on a sunscreen that's super heavy, that's very moisturizing, because it's going to clog your pores. So I think this is good for like the gym, a light makeup day. You're going to put a tinted moisturizer on top of this. That would work as well. I will say if you have like really oily skin, or you want something that's super matte, this is not it. This is not a super matte finish sunscreen. I recommend the Ren Clean Screen Mineral SPF 30. This is matte. Like, you put it on and it dries really quickly. And you know, when you touch your face, it just automatically gives that very, this is not even a soft matte, this is matte. So if you have really oily skin, I highly recommend this one. And another great sunscreen if you have super dry skin and you want something more moisturizing is the Biossance Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. This one has squalene in it, which is very hydrating. And this is also another great like sunscreen and moisturizer in one if you have more drier skin. But the one from Live Tinted, I think it can work for everyone, but for different purposes. Like I said earlier, if you're going to the gym or you're going to the beach, or it's a really hot day and you don't want a heavy product, this would work well. But if you're having a day where you're lazy and you want to do a quick skincare routine and your skin's more dry, I definitely recommend either putting on a heavy-duty moisturizer under this, or going ahead and using a sunscreen with more hydrating properties in it. So I love that there's no white cast. I love that this has been my go-to sunscreen for the gym. I think it looks great under makeup, and I wear makeup every day. So essentially, like, it is, you know, I think it works as a primer if you're going for like a dewy or normal skin finish. If you're going for a matte finish, like you're gonna put on a matte foundation on top of this, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This is too, there's like a little bit of dew. It's not dewy, but it's like a little dew doesn't really work if you want a super matte finish foundation. But other than that, I mean, I do recommend it. I think it's great. Overall, if you're looking for something lightweight, that blends easily, that doesn't give you a white cast, I definitely recommend this sunscreen. I will say, for the price point, I do think there's a lot of amazing drugstore sunscreens out there that you can get and get the same finish, like no white cast, easy to blend, good protection without this price point. One that I recommend is the Garnier Brightening Serum Cream. This has a very similar consistency to the Live Tinted one, and this is much cheaper. I think it's like $18 or $19, so it's a lower price point. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for something similar, I recommend the Garnier Serum Cream. And this one also has vitamin C in it, and it's also, again, the finish is similar to the Live Tinted one in that it's not a super hydrating finish, so it works really well for all different skin tones and skin types. So that's all I have for you today. If you've tried the Live Tinted sunscreen, let me know what you thought about it. Did it look good under your makeup? Did you get a white cast? I hope you didn't. Are there any sunscreens out there that are similar or give a similar finish? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Thank you, ladies.